For Mr. Steve Factor.
All right, look at this. What is this? I'll show you guys this later. Thank you so much for coming. I know you all have a lot of options and you chose this. And pure energy. What is pure energy? So people ask me that all the time, and pure energy is the state of what we are. That's our natural state. And a lot of times people go through life with all these aches and pains and ailments and frustrations and depression and all of these things we don't want. And I have found, coming from hamburgers and hot dogs and pizza and burritos and all-you-can-eat sushi buffets and Indian food and all of this Cold Stones to Haagen-Dazs to Ben & Jerry's, I have found more freedom in food. And I'm the guy who ate an apple and a banana about once a month growing up. And I had my first vegetable when I was 16, iceberg lettuce, smothered in blue cheese dressing. So, to be a raw vegan, I would be the least likely to ever be raw vegan. And yet here I am, not only being it, but embracing it and loving food more than ever. And you could have never told me that a few years ago. I would have been like, are you kidding? Get that parsley away from the steak. It's on that plate, push it aside, and get the salad. It's like if I could have 2 hamburgers or a salad and a hamburger, 2 hamburgers. 2 double-doubles. I would always go to In-N-Out and get 2 double-doubles animal style, and I would bring in the Reese's peanut butter cups to crumble them in the vanilla shake, because the vanilla shake wasn't going to be enough for me. So it was always a never satisfied. I always want more. If we were going out to dinner together or lunch, I was looking at your plate. Maybe you had something on your plate. Maybe you got something better than mine. Maybe I didn't get the best thing. I was always ordering, I gotta have the best thing. And where did that come from? That came from shame and self-hatred. I didn't like myself at all inside, and so food would fix me. Sex would fix me. Drugs would fix me. Anything from the outside in would fix me. And it was never enough. One more French fry, one more potato chip, more ketchup on the French fry, more ketchup for the ketchup. It was never enough. And I would get full all the time. And I got to learn the difference between being full and being satisfied. And I got to learn the difference between the Thanksgiving after meal to like pure energy and feeling so good after the meal, just as good as I felt before the meal. And so freedom from food, we were designed to be this way. This is why I say pure energy. And the number one thing I get asked as a holistic health coach and detoxification specialist, Steve, how do I get more energy? And I tell people every day, there's no more energy you're going to get. No diet, no exercise program, no nothing is going to give you more energy than you have right here, right now. The energy we seek is pulsating through us more than we could even fathom. Einstein said it, we're all energy, we're all vibration. There's nothing else but that. But we're taught to be in this physical world and this limited view of this. And I lived like this. And as I grow, I'm more this, and this, and this. And this starts to shut up, and this starts to speak. And when this takes over, and this shuts up, it's a beautiful life. And everything around me in life hasn't changed one bit, except my perception. My perception's changed. So I eat raw food. It helps my perception. I didn't get in it that way. I got into raw food on the basketball court. I was playing basketball, and I would go to the left, go to the right. And as I was getting older, it was like, my legs said, no, you're not going that way. No. And I was starting to hate my body. And I was starting to hate myself. And I was getting so frustrated. I was like, ugh, I hate getting older. I'm sick. I do not want to age. Aging sucks. And so, this guy told me about raw food. He said, it'll help my basketball game. And I was like, oh. And he said, it'll help me look better. And I'm like, oh. So I got into raw food for ego and vanity. That's how I got it. You guys would not know me if I wasn't so vain and egotistical. However, that has diminished because I'm getting out of here and more into here. And now I see people and I'm like, I love you. And I say it to guys too. I'm straight as a string. That's not normal guy talk. You know, I love you. I love you, man. You know, that just doesn't happen, you know, but they usually have to put a man after it. I love you, man. And then the hug, right? You know, the 3 taps the guys do. I'm not gay. So this change that went through me, I know is possible for every one of us. We were born that way. We were born pure energy. And then as life took over, and as we were feeling this need or that need, we started to run to addiction. And I'm the first person to raise my hand on that and want more and more and more. And what happens is when we start to eat fruits and vegetables and do this on a regular basis, we start to clean out. And so a lot of you might be new to raw. A lot of you this might be your first time in anything or hearing about this, or you might be very seasoned. But a lot of new people will come to this and they'll hear somebody like me or they'll hear another speaker and they'll say, I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm throwing out everything in that, and that works for some people, but it didn't for me. So as 6 years ago when that guy on the basketball court told me that, and I was convinced this worked, and I became more convinced the more and more I did it. I start to watch the YouTube videos, I would start to read the books, and I'd start to talk to people and go to these gatherings. And when that happened, I started to feel more and more at home, and I became more and more convinced. But for 3 years, I went from raw to In-N-Out Burger, raw to Shakey's All You Can Eat. And I did this dance. And it was just like, I knew this worked. Oh, but that's calling me so much. Oh, yeah, it knows my name. It knows exactly what to say to me at the right time. In fact, one of my stories is on the basketball court, I was having a really bad game, and it was noon time, I would play lunchtime ball. It was like about 2 o'clock I was done with ball, and I was really frustrated and pissed. And I remember going home, and I was like, it's time to have my smoothie, you know. I was like, smoothie's not going to cut it. I am not feeling it right now. Shakey's All You Can Eat. Are they open? It's 2:50. They close at 2:30, and I'm like 10 minutes away. Are you guys still doing the All You Can Eat? Yes. Okay, hold the stuff there. I'm coming right there. I broke traffic laws to get there, and had my money ready to throw so I could go get all that food. And I was eating all the food I could eat. And I was just sitting there and going, here I am again. Whoa, that gets me kind of emotional because I didn't like that part of me. And there's another part of me that I love so much. And I need that part to grow and grow. And being around raw people and taking care of my health and doing it perfectly imperfect has been such the key. Perfectly imperfect has been such the key. Perfectly imperfect has been such the key. I'm a perfectionist because I come from self-hatred. And if I'm perfect enough, it could wipe away the thought of what I think of myself. Now I'm beginning to love myself more and more. And the perfectionism is going down. I didn't even know what I was going to say today when I came up here. If this was like 5 years ago, I would have read it, wrote it, read it, rehearsed it. Not that I ever did that, but that's the kind of thinking I would do. Because I had to be perfect for you. And if I would be on stage and I would say or this or that, I would think about that. I was a really good shooter in basketball. I love shooting ball. In fact, after 3 days of being raw, for the first time, I went to the basketball court and I started to shoot free throws. And I was like, choo, and it would echo, choo, 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 the whole gym. And I was like, wow. Every step I took was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I went to the free throw line and started shooting free throws. And I made 83 in a row. In a row. Now, those who know basketball know that if you make 5 or 7 in a row, that's pretty good. And you get up to the 20s, that's like 83 in a row. So I was like, Avatar. And this is like, it was like everything. And then I would see people and I would look at them in the eye and say, I love you. And it was like real. And wow. And everybody, man, woman, old, young, this, that, it doesn't matter. Because we're all one. And the only thing that can separate us are our egos. And so, dropping that ego, and I became a man crier. Started loving crying. Something most men don't do. I love crying. It's like that's the most manly thing I could do. That's the toughest thing I could do is cry. And most men are just like, no, they got that wall up. And I could tell the men out here that bringing that wall down is the key to this. And this is the key to anything you want in the world. The heart knows what the mind doesn't. And then when we get in touch with that heart space, that intelligence that the heart has blows the IQ of the brain. We can't even put a number on it. It's infinitude. This is it. And so, I love detoxification. I'm a detoxification specialist. And there's a lot of superfoods being sold here, and I use them and I buy them. However, I see a lot of people running to the superfoods as their new miracle. And I want to tell you guys here that the miracle is you and your body. No food, no person, no health coach, no doctor, no nothing is going to cure you. You will cure you when you are ready to say yes to you. And so, detoxification, when we're all toxified and then we're having superfoods, they'll work and they'll come in and they'll do their thing. But when we detoxify on fruit and vegetables, and mainly fruit, the stuff we buy at the grocery store, and fruit is really powerful. But I might not be the most popular person here talking about a lot of fruit, but I love fruit. And there's a whole fruit world out there, and there's a whole superfood out there, and there's a whole wheatgrass and sprout world, and there's a whole algae, blue-green algae, and there's like, you're eating too many vegetables, or you're having too much fruit, or you're having too much fat, or this or that. So who do I believe? And what do? I do it all. They all have something to teach. And so I start my days with a lot of fruit and green juices and sometimes root juices. And then through the day I might have a green smoothie or some kind of smoothie. And then at dinner, and I love having dinner at 333. I'm a 3 guy. My address starts with 333. That's my number, my street address. And people know me, know about 3. So I like to eat at 333 my big King Kong salad. And which is going to be served at my dream that is coming true and opening up March 1st. I haven't even seen this. My marketing guy just sent this. This could be like pornography. That's going to be, let me make sure this is, woo! Look at that. Oh, look at that. So this came about because a couple years ago, no, last year, I was in New York looking at a line in Starbucks, and I was sitting there doing work in Starbucks, and I see this line going out of it there, and I'm like, if people could line up for stimulation, how much can people line up for pure energy? And so, yeah, so what I see is I have a 2,000 square foot location, corner lot, ideal location, the best that it could be. And I have a team that's amazing. Our head consultant, you guys heard him rapping last night. Andrew Consultant, who has a successful juice bar of his own. I knew what I was doing when I got him as a consultant. I got Roberto Patetta, who made this, who's awesome at marketing. And Larry Biggs, our CEO, who has done so much for raising money for this business, had 500 employees at one time, knows business. I've hired my weaknesses. We've already raised $200,000. Right? I mean, that's like, and we're looking for 50 more. So if any of you, yep, I'm doing a commercial. And so there is room 50, but I put in 150 of my own. And I love the fact that I'm learning this lesson right now that I'm pretty much broke. And I see me being broke before I'm wealthy. That's part of my story. So it's just like, it's coming. It's like I had, you know, as a mortgage broker and a nightclub DJ, I did really well. And all of that, and saved a lot. And I said, rock and juice, here you go, boom. And this is it. This is, I trust the universe. I trust what I'm doing is good stuff. I'm about to infuse the world with pure energy by eating fruits and vegetables and getting their juices and their tonics and elixirs and smoothies and King Kong salad and my rock and rad Thai and my pesto zucchetti. And by the way, I'll be doing a cooking demo at 3. We'll have my rock and chocolate truffles and my zucchetti marinara. So you can have spaghetti with tomato sauce and eat a big bowl of it. And it's no carbs, like those kind of complex carbs that knock you out. So, what is possible? I mean, really, for any of us sitting here. You decide. You get to decide. And you get to limit yourself as much as you want. And you get to open the door to what could be as much as you want to. You can have any story you want about who you are and who they are and this and that. And you can follow that story. But guess what? If that story's not working for you, you get to change it. You can tell any story you want. If someone says something to me, whatever they said to me, my interpretation is my story. And so now, like, sometimes people might say something, they might be rude or this or that to me, or they're just having a bad day and it's not even about me. I used to think everything was about me. They might even be thinking about me, they just might be having their own thing. And so I can now look at them with the eyes of love and know that we are all going through whatever we're going through, trying the best we can, and we're all imperfectly perfect. So love is it. You can be eating raw foods and doing all of this stuff. You can be on this diet, and it's like, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And so, love is it, period. Raw foods is only an extension of that love. So if you're hating life, and you're on this diet, counting calories, weighing and measuring and doing all that, nature doesn't work that way. Nature says abundance. Come to abundance. Come to pure energy and say yes to you and keep saying yes to you. And for that, I'm grateful, so grateful you guys are here. You're awesome, and I love you.